theory about who really killed Tommy DeSimone and Goodfellas. The story is John Gotti killed Tommy DeSimone. That's what Henry said. What do you think?
Well, for starters, I think Henry was a big bullshit artist. Goodfellas is a great movie. It's a great mafia movie. Um, but the thing is, in the grand scheme of things, Tommy DeSimone was more or less a nobody. He was a thug. He was an associate. A lot of these theories are like, oh, John Gotti killed him, or like Paul Vario ordered his death. I kind of think Tommy DeSimone is too small fry for all that. I don't think these like made guys or guys who were influential really thought about him at all. Like, people will usually say, "Oh, he was killed because Billy Bats was made." By the way, there's no proof that Billy Bats was a made guy, Benvenna. There's like a newspaper that lists Benvenna, Billy Bats, as like a 26 or something year old when he went to prison for drug charges. And the books were still closed just as he got out of prison, as far as I'm aware. So I don't think he was a made guy. What I think happened with DeSimone is that he was killed because of the Lufthansa heist. Henry Hill's book, Wiseguy, he says something along the lines of Tommy DeSimone took his mask off while they were doing the heist, and Jimmy Burke got really pissed off about it. And Jimmy Burke, he's willing to kill all these other, like, low-level hoodlums who are involved with him. Why wouldn't he say, you know what? This guy's a liability. Plus, I'm going to kill the other Lufthansa heist guys anyway. Why not throw Tommy DeSimone into that mix?
Also, Stax messed up and he was Tommy's friend.
Yeah, he was the one, as far as I know. Tommy asked to put Stax in on it.
Yeah, he did.
So that's what I think. I think that's like the easiest explanation for me, is that Burke killed him.
What do you think, Caesar?
If it was Burke, which I think is more likely, it could have just been a matter of, okay, Gotti, John Gotti, who is this up-and-coming guy, he's had his own problems with Tommy DeSimone. That just gives me more justification to get rid of him. And as far as, like, getting the hit authorized, Vario would have had to approve that hit. And whether it's Gotti going to his captain, Carmine Fatico, and then Fatico goes to Vario and like explains that, okay, Tommy DeSimone, he killed one of my guys. He was on record with me. What are you gonna do about it? Then Vario, of course, seeing that Burke also wants to get rid of him, it's like, okay, perfect. That's all the motivation we need. There's also the Vincent Asaro thing, because Vincent Asaro was a soldier in the Bonanno family at this time. He was made in 77, and he was part of the heist. Some people say that Asaro brought Burke onto the heist. It wasn't. It was the other way. It wasn't the other way around. Anyway, I think if Burke did do it, I think Vincent Asaro would have also been involved, and he also definitely would have benefited from it. Because he and Burke were very close, very close. They committed a piece of work together in 1969. So I think financially, both of them stand to gain from Tommy DeSimone being whacked.
And all the other guys they killed that were connected to the heist.
Yeah. One less guy, the merrier. That just means more money for them.
Yeah, I don't think, like, there's all these big videos like, oh, John Gotti ordered him to be killed, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like, my whole point about DeSimone is just like, I think the answer is more simple than that.
It just comes down to Burke's greed. I mean, I think ultimately just comes down to the right amount of people wanting Tommy DeSimone dead. Burke sees an opportunity. Vincent Asaro sees an opportunity. They get to pocket some of the cash. And I think, yeah, they just make a move. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's also part of the reason why they wanted to get rid of Henry in the end, too. It's one less person